A couple weeks back, I had Brittany Tenenbaum from Accessatl on the show. She joins us every Friday and tells us what's hot and what's happening around the city of Atlanta for those of us that aren't really tuned in. And she told me about a new improv group. And I love improv. I love comedy of all kinds, but especially improv. And there's a new improv group. And what really caught my attention was their name. It's called The I-285. Joining us in studio on the Mark Arum Show from the comedy troupe, The 285, Joe Massengill and Julia Jones. Ladies and gents, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
I'm so excited that there's a new improv troupe in Atlanta. And I was really intrigued by the name, the 285, as I do traffic every morning. So let me just ask about the origins of the name. How did you come up with that name for the comedy group?
We wanted to create a sketch team that's kind of a SNL meets Portlandia, that's specific about making fun of things in Atlanta and true to Atlanta.
Excellent.
So, Vince Migliori, who's one of the writers on the team, was just like 285. It like kind of encompasses, and visually it's very, it captures everything that we're making fun of.
So what separates you from other improv groups are the fact that this is all Atlanta-centric. This is mostly Atlanta-centric.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to tell the story of Atlanta. We thought that there's a big comedy community here, but also over the past few years, there's a large film community that's moving in from all over the place. And so part of we had sketches that we were performed live, but also film sketches so that we could draw both crowds. And
Joe, you're from Noonan originally. You were out in L.A. for a while, had a great movie and television career. Now you're back home. Did you come back home?
It's not over.
It's not over yet. No, it's ongoing.
Emphasis on
you're still a young pup. Did you come back because the work is here now in Atlanta?
Partly.
Yeah.
I mean, my family's here. I also, a lot of the L.A. life, the business is such a grind.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Like, you get tired of waiting.
Yeah.
A lot of people sit there and wait for the opportunity, but I noticed there were a whole lot of people in the industry that were really happy living wherever they wanted.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you're going to create the work, if you put in the time and create the work, things will happen.
Yeah.
You don't have to just be in the right place and wait for the right moment. There's a lot of people I met while I was working that lived wherever they wanted, and all of a sudden
that's
said,
the goal. Right?
I want to be near my family. I want to be here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And again, because the arts community, I think, has really blown up over the past few years. It's always been its own hub, but with everyone moving in, it's just an exciting place to be. That was one of the reasons we wanted to get started making something. There's so many talented people right here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
If we could build a writer's room that was from Atlanta, talking about Atlanta.
I think that that's amazingly, it separates you too, the fact this is Atlanta-centric comedy. Julia, you spent half your life here. We're going to call you native-esque.
Yeah, native-esque.
Native-esque. How did this come together? And how long has this group been together?
So I've been doing comedy in Atlanta for almost 8 years, predominantly at Village Theater, but I teach and work all over the city for improv comedy. And my writing partner, she moved away, and I was kind of in a slump, and Joe and I wanted to create something together. And a bigger goal I've had for a while, because we both coach at Catapult Acting Studios, so we are very much in the trenches of what's going on in the film industry here. A bigger goal for me in comedy has been trying to produce something that we could eventually have be like picked up as a series, or write something that has just a bigger viewership. So we sat down and collaborated, and I invited local comedic people that I know in Atlanta that are amazing writers and thinkers, and just kind of created this. And Andrew, his friend, who was the person that actually reached out to you, he's an amazing filmmaker. He's won 4 Emmys and nominated for 11, I think, this past year. Like, really talented.
Not to poo on your parade, but I've also won 4 Emmys. So
really? It's not a big deal.
It's not, I mean, I've told this story in the air before. My first Emmy I won, and you get one for free. And I was so proud that I bought another one for my parents. And it's like $600, right? And I was so proud. I brought it home over Christmas, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, that's great. The next year I come home from Christmas, it's in the visitor's bathroom on top of the toilet.
Really?
Like basically almost a toilet paper holder.
That's
I was
amazing.
Like, oh, I guess my parents really don't care about my career. But I'm just kidding. No. So from the time you had the idea to the time you're on stage, how long is that?
our first meetings were September, and our show was in January.
So where again, Joe and Julia here from the 285 improv comedy troupe, fresh on the scene, crispy and clean. Where can we see you guys, either on stage or online or all that stuff?
Our website is the285.com, but you can also check us out on Instagram at the285ATL.
Yeah.
And we're going to be we're trying to package it where each show is almost like an episode. So the next one's going to be out in spring.
Excellent. So these are all episodic. This is not something like where we can go as a crowd and watch you on stage.
You can, because part of the production is going to be live sketch.
Oh,
also.
excellent.
So
and also because we started meeting in September and we had the idea. It was originally an idea session, but because my friend Andrew, who, as you noticed with his communication with you, he's on it individual.
Exactly.
he gets things done. And I brought him to the first meeting just to gauge his interest, hanging out with a bunch of writers and comedians. And he left that meeting with, okay, we're going up November 2nd, and we're gonna have these shot before. He basically had made the plan, and everyone else was, okay, here we go. We're making a show, and we ended up pushing it back to January. But originally we only had 2 shows scheduled because we didn't know what we had or what we were building or what we were doing. And now we're in a position where we sold out both the shows, and
that's amazing. And
people want to see it, and so I think we're in a planning moment. Do we do another show? Do we wait for the next chapter?
Listen, this is a brilliant idea, and I love the fact that you're making Atlanta centric. I think that will set you apart, and will develop a I don't want to say cult following, but a big following, because people in Atlanta love Atlanta. We love things all about Atlanta, and if you're into the arts community, you know, some of the biggest locally produced plays throughout the last couple of decades had all been about Atlanta. So Atlantans want to go see stuff about their city. And I certainly want to go see comedy about my city. So I'm very, very excited. I think this is very cool. Joe Massagill, Julia Jones, tell the folks again where online we can find this, we can follow all your stuff.
The 285 ATL on Instagram or the285.com.
I can't believe that was still available, the 285.com.
Oh, we snatched it.
Oh,
the minute,
our first meeting, we looked to see if it was available. And
we're very fortunate to have part of the benefit of being in the comedy community is it usually has a lot of nerdy people who are smart and can grab domain.
I need some of them.
Domain names.
I need nerdy people. Well, guys, best of luck. I can't wait to see your show. If I would love to come out and watch you guys perform.
Yes.
Just give me a holler, and maybe we can give some tickets away to some listeners or something.
Absolutely,
Yeah, for sure. We can hook you up with some tickets.
Hopefully we'll have our video sketches online too by the time this airs.
We'll get the guy that gets stuff done to get this thing out on the web. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Joining us on the show, as she does every Friday from Accessatl, it's your pal and mine, Brittany Tenenbaum. Britt,
what's going on? It's Friday.
Happy Valentine's Day, my rose. I wish I had a rose to give you, my friend.
Happy Valentine's Day to you. You look very pink and pleasant.
Yeah, well, this is the Valentine's Day gear, the pink shirt,
I like
the red
it.
tie. Yeah, we do that. A lot of dudes freaking out on Valentine's Day last minute.
Don't get your freak on. I mean, get your freak on tonight, but don't freak out about gifts because we got you covered here.
All right, well, tell us what we can do.
Okay, so here's my suggestion. Everyone gets flowers, and I feel like I hear a lot of guys say it's like a stupid holiday. It might be stupid, but don't be dumb.
It's important.
It's important.
Yeah.
Still get the flowers. Go to Kroger. I was there last night. They have a wide selection. Publix,
wherever.
Kroger, wherever you would like to go. Spend the $10 to $12.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you will be put on a high pedestal.
Got to do it.
If you don't want the flowers, get the chocolates. Lots of stuff under $10 too. I did see some heated slippers on Amazon that looked kind of nice and cozy. Those are $28. You could probably get them on Prime and get them for tomorrow. A little belated Valentine's Day, but still works. And then I always love a good foot massage. Those are $25 or $30. You can get a gift certificate for that, or a pedicure. I love ham and nails. That's my favorite. So you've got a wide range of selection there.
Women really love the foot massage.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And it's an easy thing. It's not going to break the bank. For $50, you and her can go out.
I went once. And
did you like it?
The first time I went, I did not like it because I had a dude and he was crushing my feet. It hurt.
I would like
so
that.
So hard. But then I went back another time and it was okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you don't want it, just get it for her. Listen, that's
absolutely.
She can go on her own. And then if you want to do a few things this weekend, you can go and see Hello Dolly at the Fox Theater playing this weekend, I believe through next week, or maybe actually it was just this week through the weekend.
Okay.
It is a Tony Award winning show. It is a very famous show, not to be missed. Ticket prices vary for that. And if you want to get your Mardi Gras on, they are having a Mardi Gras streetcar adventure starting at Municipal Market. You can enjoy an afternoon exploring downtown Atlanta and the Old Fourth Ward using the Atlanta streetcar. I've never been on the Atlanta streetcar, actually.
No one
Have
has.
you?
Only homeless people take that thing. It was the biggest waste of taxpayer money ever.
Well, you can enjoy some New Orleans-themed food and drink specials.
Yeah.
And with lots of participating bars and restaurants. Tickets for that are going to be $30.
Beautiful. Real quick, I posted this poll on Twitter. If you had to pick one of these gifts for Valentine's Day, would you prefer flowers, candy, jewelry, or a fancy dinner? You had to pick one.
I think I'm between like flowers and a good dinner.
Okay.
Can I do both?
Sure. No. You're Brittany Tannenbaum from Access Atlanta. Tannenbaum, sorry.
All
this stuff available on WSBTV.com. Where can we find you on the social medias, darling?
At Britt Elise and then at Accessatl on the Instagram. You can watch Access Atlanta on the WSB Now stream, Amazon, Fire Stick, Apple TV, and Roku.
I'm sorry I didn't have a Valentine's Day gift for you.
You are forgiven. Your presence is my gift.
Oh, you're so sweet. I'll make it up for you next weekend.
Sounds great.
All right. Have a great weekend. Happy Valentine's Day, Britt.